All right, so this afternoon we are spraying our hay fields in preparation for the hay season. Um, we are spraying a little bit later this year. It's first part of March 7th. And typically we would have probably already sprayed maybe in February, but a couple of things. It has been really windy down here the month of February, which is not abnormal. And then if it wasn't a lot of wind, it was raining. So wind, rain, you couldn't do it. But I actually think this is a good time to start spraying, and I'll tell you why. If you notice, the field is starting to get a bunch of weeds in it. And one of the things that we are constantly fighting with our hay fields, two things: weeds and centipede grass. Centipede grass is not cool. Not in a hayfield. If you want it in your yard, that's great. Personally, I think if you want to grow it in your yard, you can't hardly do it, right? And there's always some reason you have to maintain it, take care of it. It seems that way. But if you don't want it in a hayfield, it's going to grow in your hayfield. It just happens. So it's very important that we get a jump on the weeds before we start fertilizing. So we'll fertilize 2 to 3 months into May, 1st of June. And so when you fertilize, you do not want the weeds to absorb all the nutrients. You want your hay to do that, your bermudagrass. And this field is Tifton 85 that I have. And so you want the hay to grow. You do not want the weeds to grow. So that's why we're doing it now. We don't have GPS systems on our tractors. We're not fancy. So we use the old flag system. And we do this, we mark off so many paces, and that's what we do. That's how we gauge the distance that we need to make our turns with the tractor. That way we're covering the whole field, not leaving anything uncovered. There are two types of poison that we're using. We're using glyphosate, which most people have heard of that. I know it's not a good product, but it's necessary to kill the weeds that are already starting to germinate and grow, and also to kill the centipede grass. So you need the glyphosate. The other chemical that we use is called atrazine. Atrazine is a pre-emergent, and what that means is its purpose is to stop weeds before they grow, before they emerge, hence the name pre-emergent. So we try different chemicals, but we really like those herbicides, and those herbicides seem to work pretty well. So that's the tractor that we use. The sprayer that we have is probably as old as me. It's a 65 gallon. Ideally, we'd like to have a 100-gallon sprayer. Maybe one day we'll get it. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're doing. We're spraying, getting the fields ready. It's, hope for a productive, good hay season. So once it's time to fertilize, I'll show you how that process goes. This is our big hay field. We're trying to get it done tonight. If it doesn't get dark on us. Our small hay field at the house we did earlier today, or earlier this afternoon, and we have one hay field left after this. So there you go, spraying hay fields. It's a necessity.